Roll them up, line them up, pour them up, folks. It's time to carve a pumpkin. You know how we do around this time of year. You know what? For the longest time, I was going to be like, nah, I don't want to carve a pumpkin. And I'm like, no, forget you. You're going to carve a pumpkin. Usually when I carve pumpkins, it gets pretty technical. It gets pretty weird. I can remember back in the day, there was this bar called Rookies. And they always had a pumpkin carving contest. And every year for like 3 or 4 years, I believe, I was the #1 winner. And then it would end with a bar tab and all of me and my friends getting lit. And me passing out on the front porch, losing my shoes and other things as well as that night. But tonight's going to be a little different. I don't know if I'm going to get more into any type of intricate type of pumpkin carving situation. But I'm definitely going to get into some pumpkin carving. I'm going to do things a little bit different this year. Usually I cut from the top. I'm going to cut from the back. I might not shave off the top. I might not shave off the flesh. I don't know. I just kind of want to mimic a little bit of what my face looks like. You see this little logo down here at the bottom flashing on the left and the right. I'm gonna do something kind of like that, but not too close. I'm gonna try to do like a basic pumpkin, but incorporate a little bit of the 3D element into it if I can manage to do it. So roll them up, line them up, pour them up. Here with Joe's Trick 'em on Star Legend next. It's pumpkin carving time. Roll up them joints, load the pipes. Let's get into it. I hope that I don't cause too much of a mess inside of my area. I put down some plastic, some trash bags. I put down some paper. And then my tools for today are going to be scissors, a little ice cream scooper, a knife, of course, with jagged serrated edges, one of these guys, a smaller knife, a fork, some wire that I'm going to use to attach the eyeballs into the area where the eye hole area is, and then I got some of these guys, usually like just drill bits that I'm gonna do some eyes, and I'm gonna put it in there and I'm gonna swirl it around, hopefully get a 3D effect on it. You know, but I don't know, this one's gonna be, I'm gonna kind of go a little bit more simpler here because time is of the essence here on the Trick 'em on Star Live show. And we're gonna have ourselves a little soiree a little bit later on tonight across the way with my boy AJ Arcanum, the real monster, the original monster. And you're with Trick 'em on Star here. So we're gonna pour up some of these drinks right here. I need 2 Rolling Rocks in order to fill one of these big glasses. So happy Halloween, everybody. It is currently 4:01 p.m. here. The sun is still out. It'll set about 6 o'clock. So I hope that around your neighborhood you got people out there who actually do trick-or-treating. Because I think that the holiday's starting to die, man. And I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? You guys want to see the pumpkin? Let's check it out. This is like one of the most perfect pumpkins I ever found, besides like the back area here. But I'm gonna end up cutting out the back and going in through there instead of usually going in through the top. Some people going through the bottom. But yeah, this was one of the most perfectest pumpkins that I have ever, the perfectest pumpkin that I have ever seen in my life. So, boom, there she is. Soon to be carved out. I also got a marker around here somewhere that I'm going to be using, if I can find it. There it is. So that I could draw on the face. Now I wanted to kind of keep it simple, because usually, like I was saying, most of my carvings and my pumpkins have been pretty extravagant. I wouldn't say they're the best, but I have won a few contests. #1 contests in pumpkin carving. So this year I just want to try to keep it simple if I can, but kind of get it scary and simple, but with a little 3D element in there. So yeah, I guess the first thing to do is to cut out the back and start gutting this bad boy. Now, before, I'm not going to throw out the inside. I am going to throw out the seeds and stuff. Recently, somebody taught me how to cook the seeds. So if you got a good seed recipe, let me know. Because, I mean, maybe I don't cook them long enough, but they get like, they're still chewy and shit. And I want to believe it. But what I have been doing over the past couple of years is when I gut the inside out, I take all the hangy stuff out, but then I kind of scrape off the inside of the pumpkin flesh, like the meat stuff. And what I'll do is I'll put that in a fryer, like in a frying pan, and I'll fry it up with a little bit of oil, some salt, and some, it kind of looks like spaghetti, almost like a pumpkin spaghetti, kind of like that. But with the fork, it'll get off those nice strands. So if you're out there and you're carving a pumpkin, after you clean off the inside and you mostly got that meaty flesh, take a fork to the inside of it and do a little scraping to it, you know? Like take a fork, go the inside and kind of all along the walls and the inside of the pumpkin, and save that and put that into a plate, and then go to the kitchen and get a little oil going in a frying pan and stuff, and put that in there, throw a little salt and pepper, whatever you like, and eat it, man. It tastes really good. So I'm glad that I found that out about the pumpkin action here. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna take a couple more hits here. You can leave a message here. Follow me at www.twitch.tv/TR1CKAMONSTAR, or follow me on the Facebooks, which should be Facebook Live. I'm also on YouTube Live right now. Just Google TR1CKAMONSTAR and the YouTube algorithm, and you should be able to find my live video here as we are going live with the stream. Let me get... Great. All right. I hope I don't make a big ass mess here. I probably will. So I got on a wrinkly ass shirt, and one that I know that isn't going to be, you know, too much cared about. You know. If you want to leave a message in the chat, go ahead. We're going to get started here. Here we go. We're going to go in through the back. We're, of course, going to carve the front area here, but I'm going to go through the back and get that all situated. Let me make sure that I can see y'all's texts here on the Facebook Live, and then we'll get to cutting. I'm going to share that with my regular Facebook over here. So my Trick 'em Monstar Live is my gaming page, where I do all kinds of random shit. And the Tricky Frags is my personal page, where I do a bunch of random shit as well. But here we go. I'm going to get over here. And now I can write a comment in here to anybody who's watching. Hello. And if you're watching on my other stream, let me know. You can leave a comment there, and it should come up here on the chat box. Let's see. And it doesn't. Well, why not? Chat box. It's because it's not showing. Try it again. Try it. There it goes. It's very small though, so I'm going to pick that up. And I'll be able to read it also bigger right there. There we go. Now we got a chat box. Testing the widgets. Oh shit. Testing the widgets, not recording. Alright, testing the widget right there so we can see all of our new followers. Alright guys, here we go. Carving a pumpkin. Roll them up, line them up, pour them up, it's party time. I got some candy for the random walker-bys. I'm in an apartment complex, so I don't expect a lot of trick-or-treaters to come by, but I'm going to do something a little spooky with the front door. And, you know, I'm going to add some candy right there by the doorstep. And I'm trying to get this projection thing to work on this piece of cloth so I can hang it in my doorway, and we're gonna make it a little spooky. Because I did do a little decorating outside, but this way it's gonna be a little bit more in depth. All right, here we go. Ready? This is the first time I've ever gone through the back of a pumpkin. Let's go. We gotta gut it out first. We gotta do the hard work first. If anybody knows me the way that they should know me, they know that I love a good pumpkin carving. Excuse me if the table moving around a lot, it's gonna do that. Going through the back of a pumpkin this time, huh? I'm gonna put an LED light inside of it this time as well, instead of a regular candle, because I think the LED light will give it some cool lighting effects and change it up a little bit this year. Alright, so I'm gonna put my fist in. The size of the hole is about the size of my fist. I'm sorry, it's actually a little bit bigger. Get in there. Use a serrated knife, because the slippier ones ain't gonna fly. Alright, now hopefully this is a meaty pumpkin, because I'm hoping to, yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, there we go. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the meaty part off of here. You see the meaty part? Like all along here, I'm gonna cut some out of there, and I'm gonna make eyeballs out of them. That's right, eyeballs. We're gonna throw all this shit away, so we're already getting seeds all over the place. I wish I knew a proper way to cook them seeds. I even asked somebody, like, am I supposed to do the seeds like sunflower seeds and shit? And they're like, nah, you're just supposed to eat them like that. I'm like, eh. The only type of seeds that I'll eat are like sunflower seeds and wheat seeds. You ever ate the seeds off like out of a weed bag? It tastes pretty good. So you can just straight up eat those. If you got a lot of, hopefully you don't have weed that's seedy like that. Yeah, this is gonna make a fucking mess. Excuse my language. I'm just gonna see if I can carve out the stringy bits without gashing myself open like a maniac. It is Halloween though, so a couple of cuts won't mind. A couple of cuts won't hurt. Hope this works out the way that I want to with this whole eyeball thing. That's part of the reason why I got this scoop right here, and so that I could try to, let's see if it works. And no, it doesn't. Shit. It's not gonna work. It's too like grainy right there. It's too like fibrous. You see that? It's too fibrous right there. So that plan's gonna fail, but I'll tell you what, it's not done yet. Because what I can do, I wonder if I can chop out a chunk of it and then just shave around it. I don't know if it's gonna work. Tell you the truth, guys. But we're gonna try our best to make something happen out of here. Let's see. Let's see if we can't shave it down to what we need it to be. Alright, that's not too bad. So what we did was, we basically cut out a square out of the back end right here, and what I'm going to do is be careful to start working that around into like a round shape. Because I got to think about where I'm going to put the eye, but then again I got to see like how big the eyeball is going to be, first off. So let me just round this out a little bit so I get an idea here what I'm working with on the inside flesh, because it's getting real streamy on the inside. And I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect and shit, but I mean, it has to at least resemble a round eyeball or something, you know? And that's when I'm going to take, one of those round things that I was telling you about and put it directly and spin it around to see if I can make that. All right, so there's one eye. It's going to be an eye. And then I'm going to put some wire in there, but we're going to put this off to the side right here. And then what I'm going to do is also going to try to remember which way I put it. Something like that. So now I'm going to basically take another part here off. Oh, shit. See, I just stabbed myself. God bless it. Y'all be careful when y'all are carving these pumpkins, man. Fuck. Halloween! Ah, that sucks. Alright, let me be more careful. I just stabbed myself with the fucking... It's not good. That hurts. That hurt a little bit there. See? Just stabbed myself with the knife. Damn, bitch. Alright, we're gonna try to be a little bit more careful. What was I saying about Halloween and stabbing and shit like that? See, I kind of knew it, man. You gotta trust your instincts. This is sketchy as shit. And I wouldn't recommend y'all doing that type of shit. The other one worked out pretty good. Just carving away, carving away. This better be worth it. This pumpkin better be worth the blood, sweat, and tears. I'm starting to sweat in here too. Okay. Careful. Careful. This one isn't nearly as chunky as the other one is. See how thin it is that I made it? But I think it'll work. It's still going to be a little bit three-dimensional here. But we'll sink the other one in. Like one eye will be more bulbous than the other one is. So we'll make like one an eyeball and one kind of like just a blank. Or maybe we'll do both. There's this size and then this size. I might have to cut one of them down unless I go like bigger on one of the eye holes. But these are going to be basically the eyes of the pumpkin here when I go into putting them in like three-dimensional styles. But I'm going to have to round these out and do a little bit of a better job on making those look more like eyeballs. So we're going to put those guys aside right now. I just stabbed myself with the knife, which is fun. That was fun. I'm glad it did that. Woohoo! Halloween, spooky. Ah, damn. I know that later on I want to hit that shit with some sanitizer. It's really fun. Leave a message in the chat if you're here with me. All right, guys, we're about to gut this bad boy up. Let's take another toke and then start to dig out the insides, clear them out. Here we go. I always like that feeling. When you gut a pumpkin. Be sure not to use the hand that you got cut. Be sure not to use the hand that you just stabbed yourself with. Because I'm sure that would burn. Getting seeds all over the place. We'll basically just gut it with our hands first, and then we'll go in with the scooper and gut it out a little bit more. And then we'll scrape off some of the inside so we can save that good pumpkin flesh to fry up later on with some vittles. Got some beers popping. We got some potatoes popping. I got some raw oysters. My homeboy got some brats and some chips and some other things. We're gonna have ourselves a little soiree here once the night falls, and it's gonna be really fun. It's almost 4:20 here. One more minute until 4:20 around my side of town. We're gonna gut this right here, and then we're gonna clean out the inside. We went in through the back this time instead of usually how we, goddamn, I touched it. We went in through the back this time instead of the front. It's a new way to go about carving a pumpkin. I found this one. It was one of the most perfectest pumpkins out there. And yeah, we're going through the back with a little square action. We just hit 4:20. You know what time it is. I'm gonna take some tokes. I gotta wash my hands real quick. Toke it up, toke it up, toke it up. It's Halloween time. And we're getting into carving a pumpkin here. I already just stabbed myself, but looks like the wound has sealed shut now. Leave a message in the chat if you're with me. Happy Halloween, guys. You know what time it is. We just hit 4:20 where I'm at on Halloween 2021. All right. Looks like we got some good-looking guts in there. We got some meaty parts in there. We're gonna clean it up a little bit on the inside and save all of those good meaty parts. We got a couple of pieces here that I did where we're gonna use them as eyeballs inside of the pumpkin, and we're gonna light the inside with LED light. Some LED lights to change up the vibe on how this shit looks. Because usually we'll put a candle in there and all this other stuff, but we are out of candles. And I like the whole LED light type of idea because it'll give it different colors at different times. I could use like a flashing strobe effect in it. And then, yeah, it's gonna look really cool outside my apartment. I'm also going to see if I can project this ghostly image in the front of the door there where I put the candy, see if anybody will come by and get candy. I live in an apartment complex, so it's no big deal, but I like to decorate, you know what I'm saying? And I'm the only one here in this apartment complex that did decorate. And yeah, I just love Halloween. And every year, I've carved a pumpkin. This year I wasn't gonna do it, but it's part of the ritual. I have to do it. Just like every Thanksgiving, I have to watch the Macy's Day Parade. Last year it sucked. Did you see the Macy's Day Parade? It fucking sucked. Because of the COVID and all that shit. It wasn't fun. All right. Stabbed ourselves already once. We're gonna try to not do that shit anymore. Top's looking good, the inside's looking pretty clean. We got our plate full of guts here. And then I'm gonna dump this shit out somewhere. And then I'm going to clean up the inside a little bit more, and then we're gonna scrape the inside so that we can eat some of that sweet pumpkin goodness in there. Now, I'm not really a big fan of pies out there. People's like, oh, you want some pie, like a Thanksgiving or Christmas? I'm like, nah, I don't really eat pie, but the one pie that I will eat is pumpkin pie. Maybe I should learn different ways on how to cook pumpkin. It's pretty good. I'm not much of a pumpkin spice fan, so. We got a lot of stringy parts in here that are going to come off once I start scraping, which I should do right now. Let me get this scooper. There's no clean way to do this. The scooper's gonna be too big for the inside of this pumpkin. I went and got a smaller sized pumpkin this year because inflation. Pumpkin was, I think, 10 pounds, possibly like $7. Just scraping the inside out with the ice cream scooper. Maybe get into some gaming later on with my boy Subaru Dan. Halloween festivities. This song is from Rocket League, which reminded me of him. We play Rocket League a lot. I haven't played Apex Legends a lot in a while. I used to. But, man, I've just been watching a lot of news and working all the time and shit. When you work, you ain't got time to play games, homie. So whenever I do decide to come home, it's always like quick to the news or shit. Watching stuff about aliens or weird shit like that. Lately, it's been a lot of horror movies. I watched Halloween '78. I just got Cabin in the Woods because Xbox was giving away some movies as a promotion, I guess, for the Halloween spirit. So that's a pretty cool movie, Cabin's in the Woods. It totally flipped me up at the end there. So if you haven't seen Cabin in the Woods yet, I would highly recommend you seeing it. It's an all-around good, feel-good Halloween movie. Go check that shit out for sure. It's out there. It's Rent Cabin in the Woods. It's pretty dope. Alright, so we got some insides cleaned out. I'm going to take this somewhere. Alright, so we emptied that out into a bag, which is good, it's very good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to scrape some more of that inside off. Now some people would think that the carving part is the hardest part, but for me it's always been the cleaning out of this shit, man, because it's like you don't want to leave any of those drippies in there and all this other shit. But yeah, we're just having a good time carving a pumpkin here on Halloween night. Halloween night. I love how the sun's coming through here. It's fucking kind of creepy. It kind of reminds me of Halloween, like in the neighborhood when the sun starting to set. Things start getting a little spooky. Halloween, one of my favorite time of the years. All right. Let's take the fork. We're going to take the fork here, and we're going to start scraping along the inside to get all of this goodness. See that? It's kind of like spaghetti or noodle. Kind of like spaghetti or noodle. You're right, you're right. And then you just kind of like scrape off the sides. It'll also help get some of that stringy stuff off. But this shit right here is really good like this. All you gotta do is take a fork to the inside of the pumpkin and you'll get automatic noodle. You get automatic pumpkin noodle. Like that. And just fry that shit up. You know, some people have like black eyed peas on New Year's Eve or this and that shit. I have pumpkin spaghetti on Halloween night. It's really good. All I gotta do is put that in a fryer, put that in some oil, not in a fryer, but put a frying pan on, throw some oil in it, like a little layer of oil, and start tossing this stuff in. Watch out, because it'll pop because this has water in it and all that stuff. But just a little layer of oil, some of your favorite seasonings on there or whatever. Don't put ketchup on it because that's gross. Or don't put marinara sauce on it because that's gross too. It's good just the way it is. Just fry it up. And yeah, make sure to get a lot of it. As we're starting to shred it up, it gets all stringy on the inside. I think I'm making more of a problem for myself, actually. Well, after I'll scrape this, I'll get a spoon, and it'll probably take off most of the hangy bits there. And then we'll get into carving it. I just want to make sure I get a good plate of this stuff so that I can eat it. So I want to make it worth it. Yes, I just washed my hands. Don't forget to wash your hands, because this stuff gets sticky. And just kind of make it a habit to wash my hands usually when I'm doing things nowadays. Getting some pumpkin spaghetti out. It's going to be really good. I don't want to carve too much out because of the flesh on the front. I want to be sure to make sure that I don't compromise the integrity. I don't want to compromise the integrity of the inside wall when I go to carving it. So now I'm going to take a spoon and I'm going to scrape on the insides to disconnect most of the stringy parts and kind of flatten out the inside of the flesh and get more of this stringy goodness out here. All that shit is good to eat. Well, pumpkins, that's what it is, right? Is it a vegetable or is it a fruit? Leave a message in the chat. What do you think a pumpkin is? And don't cheat. I actually looked it up the other day because I wanted to know whether it was a pumpkin, whether a pumpkin was a fruit or a vegetable. Leave a message in the chat. What you think? Do you think or know that the pumpkin is a fruit or a vegetable? Little fun facts there for Halloween. Alright, I'm scraping the inside smooth because it has a lot of the stringy bits that I hit with the fork, and all these little dangly bits are kind of just chilling down there. And we want to make sure we get all of that off. Waste not. I remember one Halloween, I carved a pumpkin and I put it outside, and the next day it was filled with slugs. And the person that I was seeing at the time, she didn't like slugs much. You know who you are. The person I was seeing at the time. It's pretty fucked up, right? My wife, she really doesn't like slugs. At the time, we were carving pumpkins, and the next morning there was a bunch of slugs in the pumpkin, and I thought it made it look even more cool. I was like, oh shit, that just adds on to the sickness. I thought it was cool. She did not. I think slugs are cute. I don't like bugs, for instance. Like, I can't stand bugs, you know, but when it comes to like slugs or caterpillars, ladybugs, and butterflies, I mean, some bugs I can do, but I ain't doing crazy shit. But slugs are nice. Slugs are nice and they're cute and they don't harm nobody. They're just chilling. They're just minding their own business. All right, I think that's good enough. All right, we got ourselves a nice plate. We got ourselves a nice plate of pumpkin to go ahead and cook up a little later on with some oil and some Also got some spinach. I also got some spinach and potatoes and all this good stuff that I'm going to be going over to Mr. AJ Arcanum's right across the way. We're going to have ourselves a little soiree. I'm going to decorate the little outside of my apartment here. Hopefully this projection idea will work. And yeah, we're going to see if we can give away some candy. All right, here we go. That's pretty clean. If we got a little bit of the danglies inside, it's all right. I can either rip those off or just let them dangle and it'll add to the effect. But we went in through the back of the pumpkin this time instead of the top or the bottom. And we're going to carve here in the front. This was the best pumpkin that I found. This has been like the best pumpkin I ever found out there. It's pretty neat. So, all right, now we get into drawing the face. Let's see what we can do here. Usually for the face, I usually always like carved the inside, or like I carved the outside. I like peeled the flesh off. I usually like peeled the flesh off the face, so I would just have this nice inside look. Like after I peeled off the flesh, it would look like this, and it was more easy to work with as I sculpted it. Now, I don't know if I'm going to go that route this time. I really didn't want to, but we'll see what happens as I move along inside of this creation. Roll them up. Line them up, pour them up, guys. You're with your host, Trick Monster, Legend X. Here, just carving a pumpkin. Stay tuned as we get into the drawing parts of it. Leave a message in the chat if you're here with me. Roll them up, light them up, pour them up. It's Halloween time. Stay tuned. Follow me at www.twitch.tv/TR1CKAMONSTAR to leave a chat there. Or you can leave a chat over here in the Facebook Live. Let me know that you're there. I see you watching. Or follow me at streamlabs.com/TR1CKYFRAGC. Or you may be watching on the YouTube. And if you are, thank you so much. We are live here doing a little pumpkin carving. Stay tuned as we get into the face part. Yeah. Happy Halloween, you scallywags. Happy Halloween. Well, that didn't work. Happy tea Halloween. Okay, we're back. Going back to carving it out. All right, now that we got the back in, we got that all cleaned up. Let's see if I can draw a face on here that's gonna work. I want to kind of do a spooky venom, like kind of like mimicking my face over here on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. You can see that wicked face. I know the teeth. I can try to carve that part out on the inside and see if the light will come through. If I take it thin enough, I might be able to carve the teeth to where like it's still the flesh and give that a three-dimensional look, as well as the eyes. I mean, the eyes I'm going to cut out around the edge, and I'm going to insert the eyes with some wire that I have here to hold it in place. But yeah, here we go. Let's get into some drawing. I had a buddy come over not too long ago and said, "You're a good drawer." Where the fuck happened? Pumpkin, what did you do? Oh, there it is. Magic marker or Sharpie. All right, here we go. I am a good drawer. Let's get a big, wicked smile on him. We're just gonna make the face, we're gonna make the smile here pretty wide. Kind of bring it around. Not go too far. We're going to carve the inside out here to see. I didn't want to go three-dimensional with it in some parts, but I'm going to give it a shot here with the inside of his mouth to see if the light will come through. And if that doesn't work, then I'll just go ahead and cut the mouth out and then see if I can salvage some of the teeth areas. Alright. I'm going to try to mimic my face or a wicked venom-like. Alright, so here's the mouth. A nice wide grin. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to carve the inside out to the flesh. And then I'm going to see if I can do like the teeth to where it's thin enough to where the light will shine through it. We'll see what happens if it works that way. I think I made the eyes too wide there on that part. Then we're going to do a little skeleton nose here, like I usually do. Skeleton. I don't know how to do a skeleton nose. That's a thing. Let's get the base of that going. Alright, now we're going to do like a venom-like eye. Sharp edges. So that we can fit our eye in there somehow. We might have to, we're going to have to do some work on that to make it big enough. Should be all right. Just like that, you see? And then we're going to insert the eyeball into the side of it, and then all the other parts will be cut out. All right, let's do the other one. The other eye is a little bit bigger. So we'll make one of the eyes a little bit bigger than the other one, so that we can fit the other eye in. Try to do it something a little bit more simpler this year because time is of the essence. And the sun is starting to set on our area of the world. All right, that's good enough. Okay, so here it is. That's the face of the pumpkin that's coming. now we're going to get into some carving. You ready? It's about time. Okay. Let's carve out this eyeball. And try not to stab ourselves again. Make sure we get through it all. Bending the knife a little bit. Highly dangerous craft here. Don't be like it. Don't be like it like that. We'll have to take it out of parts so that we don't end up splitting areas that we don't want. We'll cut out a little bit at a time. Right there. Just one piece. Let's not gash ourselves open there with that shit. Cut out little pieces at a time. That way, when you go to when you're messing with jagged parts and jagged edges of your carving, that it'll come out instead of like giving you a lot of trouble but trying to remove a whole piece by itself. Got that punched in. I'll try to punch in everything. Here. And then we'll touch up around the outside of it once we get into details and stuff like that. Do jagged edges on your pumpkins or whenever you're drawing things, like jagged, sharp angles are better because of the round. I mean, the rounds are okay, but I mean, everything looks scarier with jaggeder edges. Sharper. Ah, caught it, see? Caught it. Everything's scarier with jagged edges. And use a jagged knife. That way you can saw through some of these areas. It's a little bit of a workout. You can saw through them a lot easier if you have a jagged edge. Don't go fast, go slow. Because your knife might slip and then You know, you don't want that to happen. Do not want that to happen. Make sure you cut all the way through. We're getting there, we're getting there. We're getting there, folks. Hand's gonna start cramping up. So I gotta drink water. Drink water. Drink water as I drink beer. All right. Cool. I like that. I like that where that's going. All right, there's the eye. Nice wicked little eye right there, right? Wicked. Wicked, you're wicked. Take that inside out. Carve off some of these danglies. Might leave some of those dangly parts because they look kind of cool when they're just hanging on the inside of the pumpkin in the back area. First eye in, or first eye out, I should say. All right, there's that. Now we're gonna do, we'll go in here and we'll do a little bit more of the detail stuff in a second. Once I carve out the stuff that I need to carve out. You see here how I'm planning on putting this part inside of the eye hole here. Like this. Some shit like this, right? Something like that. And then I'm gonna make it a little bit more round, of course, and a little bit more detailed. And then, yeah, we're gonna insert some eyeballs into it. So it just makes it a little bit more faster. I don't know if I'm gonna carve out a lot more of the flesh, but I have an idea for the teeth part. So we'll see if that works out the way that I want it to. But yeah, it's Halloween time. Let's do the other eyeball. Halloween, happy Halloween, guys, wherever you are. We're just carving ourselves a little bit of a pumpkin right here, as you can see. We got ourselves a scary pumpkin face going on here. We're going to insert some eyeballs here with some wire that I got, as well as the other eye here. And then we're going to see if we can carve out the flesh on the inside here, give it a wicked smile, which it already has. But we're hoping that the light that I put inside of it is going to be shining through the teeth area, but I got it. So I might have to just carve out some teeth areas, to make it more simple, but we'll see what happens when we hit that. When we cross that, as my mother used to say, we'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Okay, let's see if we can carve out the nose without fucking up this bucket. Because we got a thin part right here that's pretty thin. That worked out pretty good. I almost want to put some metal on right now. Some metal music would be good right about now. Metal! I think I will do that after I punch this nose out. Boom, just like that. There we go. Nice. All right. So we carved out a little nose hole there. It's cool, you can see it coming through the light area. Carved out the little nose hole there. It's gonna be a spooky looking pumpkin, I think. For something that's gonna be simple like I want to go, I mean, this should be a pretty scary pumpkin. I've never been one to do like a... It's still gotta be scary, it's Halloween. Halloween! All right, cool. So we got, starting to do detail in his eye over here, just shaving off a little bit. I didn't like those hanging things there after all, just kind of do it out. All right, cool. There's that part. What time is it? 4:56. All right. Time is of the essence. Time is of the essence. You don't want to spend too long on it. Usually the other ones that I do, they take hours. Like at least 2 or 3 hours. But I don't want to spend that long on this pumpkin. Sometimes less is more, right? Sometimes. So I'm going to try to do the less is more thing here on this. I'm going to load up another bowl. Load up another bowl. Now I'm not sure I want to do the... Because if I get into like carving the inside of the mouth out and whatnot, it's just going to take me forever. I don't want to do that. I don't want to take forever. So I just might add some different spooky points to it. Okay. Let's see. In. Actually, I wanted to play some metal music, didn't I? Hold on, guys. I'm going to put on some metal music. Change up the vibe here. Metal, where's that at? I'm working on this platform called Pretzel, and it's a music platform that I can use to basically do like non-copywritten type of songs that I could play. All right, here we go. Remember to cut out sections. And go jagged. Jagged edges. Boom. It's not jagged enough there, but sharp. Then we cut away the inside of the area, the meaty flesh, so that it kind of like shines through the light more. Be careful with the knives, guys. Be careful with the knives. I already stabbed myself once out here. I don't need to do it again. I don't want to do it again. Remember to keep the edges jagged. If you got a round area, just sharpen it off. Make it look scary with jagged edges. Kind of like Todd McFarlane, how he explains some of his artwork, how he puts like jagged edges on a lot of stuff. All right, I'm gonna get in a little bit over here. Come on. Oh shit, I just saw through that thin part. Damn. Be careful. I saw through that thin part on the nose area. I didn't need to saw through. Alright. That's alright, I'll just hang on. I don't think it affected it too much. Should be alright. Watch out for that knife, as I tell myself. Go slow. Go slow. Saw nicely. Right. Let's take it easy through this part here. It's a little fragile. This part here seems to be a little fragile. Saw off a little bit at a time here. Yeah. Open up a little bit more. Saw into this area a little bit. This isn't metal. Well, it's trying to be metal, but it's not. It's like Hollywood metal. Or like anime styles. Get more of a straighter edge there with that one. Where's that other eyeball piece at? I think that'll fit in there. I'm just gonna have to whittle it down a little bit more. Take off some of this hanging stuff up here. Leave some in the background. I'm making a mess all over the place. Thought we were gonna be cleaner than this. I thought I was gonna be cleaner. Alright, cool. There's that right there. There's some eyeball holes. Some eyeball holes right there where we're going to be whittling down these parts right here to insert here with some wire. And we're going to make this little three-dimensional action going on there. But yeah, here we go. We got some wicked eyes in here. I haven't seen some shit where homeboys like set Vaseline on fire. I don't know what they did. They soaked a roll of toilet paper in like kerosene or some shit, and they set it ablaze on the inside here. All right, we're getting around to the mouth part. Now here's my problem. What I was going to do with the mouth part was I was going to make it three-dimensional, but I don't think I'm going to do that now. I mean, I'm going to make the eyes three-dimensional and shit, but I think I just want to make the mouth, like, it's going to take too much time. And I don't have a lot of time to do that on the mouth. I mean, I wanted to, but it's just gonna be too much. And then if I fuck up, it's gonna be like, it's gonna leave the whole mouth open, like a big gappy mouth, and then I won't be able to have any teeth on the inside. I mean, I wanted to, but I mean, I'm doing a little three-dimensional work with the eyeball part of it, so I think that'll be good enough for what I want to do. So for the mouth, I think instead, I'm gonna try to, I'm not gonna do the basic like triangle teeth on it. I wanna kinda maybe do like one side rotten, like one side like maybe like circular in like different areas if I can. Then Hero was talking about, so this is maybe an artist, man. I'm like, what do I want to do? I mean, I can make it look like, now I kind of want to do the teeth, but the teeth are going to be a bitch to carve out. Let's see. I mean, I can't even get a good scrape on that. And this jagged edge knife is just going to fucking... I'm going to cut myself up using this fucking thing. This doesn't work. I used to be able to scrape it off easily with like a, if I was gonna do the whole face, it was gonna be like a, I would use like a, what do they call those, cheese graters. Here we are stuck in a predicament, guys. We are stuck in a predicament, folks. We did say we wanted to go simple. We are gonna add a little bit of a 3D element to it. I don't know, now I'm stuck. Now I hit a damn block, an artist block. You see how I was gonna do that with the shaving part of it off? But it's gonna take me forever, especially if I wanna get in here to like the finer parts and try to scrape that off and shit. But I think I got enough of a 3D element to work with here with the eyes that I wanna do. So let me see if I can just like round out some of these parts. Figure out exactly how big I want the eyes to be. And then I'll attach those with some wires on the inside. So that they can attach. Or you can do it with like, you can do it with toothpicks or bamboo skewers, bamboo skewers. I can't talk. Bamboo skewers. I'm gonna try to round this out a little bit. Make it a little bit smaller. Do some beady eyes. Alright, that looks pretty cool right there. We got one side. Ow. We got one side there, that'll go there. Actually, we could probably put that on this side, since it looks a little bit better there. See what I'm talking about doing? I'm going to take this right here, and I'm going to insert it through the back end right here with some wire. And then what I want to do here, I'll do it right now. I'm going to take one of these tools, probably like the smallest one I've got. Maybe one bigger than that. Like these are like little drill hole bit thingies, like drill holes and stuff. Have that laying around. So what I'm going to do is, I think this is the right size for this eyeball. I'm going to insert it here. And slowly spin it. Could have made it a little bit bigger, but it's all right. We'll do the other one. See how it made like a little rounded, like pupil type of thing on there? It's not too thick. I mean, I want to kind of go deeper, but yeah, it's splitting. So we're just going to leave that at that. Totally split the eye, but we're going to work with it. This might be easy enough just to like insert like a whatever, but there's an eye right there. And then what we're going to do with the back of it is we're going to put it right there, just like that. Ah, yeah. So that's one eye. Let's see about this other eyeball. We'll make this guy a little bit bigger. That way the eyes don't seem like they match too well. A little bit more. See how that fits inside there. Oh yeah, that fits pretty nice. And then what we'll do is we'll get another bigger one. Actually, no, we'll stick with the same pupil size. Make sure we know which way we're going with this. All right there. Put that right dead center. All right, we're gonna spin it around. We're going to spin that around to get a little eyeball action. Nice and slow there. Boom. Pupil. Made a nice little small pupil. Iris area for the eyeball. Right there, and we'll insert this one. How does this one go? Through the back, and we'll put this guy right there. So it still gives it a little bit of a three-dimensional element to it. So can you imagine this other eyeball, like right there? Yeah, it's gonna look cool. So we got our eyeballs. We got our left eye, and then we got our right eye. Simple, Simon. Simple is simple. All right. Now, instead of really getting into the other parts of making the mouth the way that I had intended, I'm just going to carve it out here, and I'm going to make some marks for some teeth areas, just to make it super scary, something different. Make some areas look a little bit rotted away here, like the flesh is still there. Carve in some holes. And then we'll carve this right there. And then we'll do this other side kind of like it's coming down. Give it more of like a basic Halloween look into some of the other areas too. Cut that part out. This part goes here. Just keep that simple, like that. So we have the mouth there. We got to kind of ride it on one side, and the other side's going to go like basic jack-o'-lantern face. Roll them up, light them up, pour them up. Yo, Jones, Trick and Monster Legend X here. Getting into the final touches of wrapping up this pumpkin here, and then starting our little Halloween festivities. Light is dying. Roll them up, light them up, pour them up. Like I said, stay tuned. We're about to wrap this pumpkin up. But I had to put the tights on. How y'all doing this Halloween season? I hope everybody is celebrating somehow or another. Do it! Celebrate Halloween. Because we needed to stay alive. We need Halloween to stay alive! Reloading the bowls here. I got a bit of pumpkin in my bowl. I got a little bit of pumpkin in my bowl there. You can follow me at www.twitch.tv/TR1CKAMONSTAR. You'll be able to find trouble every single time there. Also hit me up on streamlabs.com there, TR1CKYFRAGZ. Most of y'all are watching on my Facebooks. Some of y'all might be watching on my YouTubes, because we are live there as well. Finally found a way to connect everything the way that we needed to. The sun is starting to set here on my side of town. It is 5:16 p.m. I hope you guys are having a good Halloween. Drink a brew, smoke a bowl, have a good time. That's what Halloween's all about. Halloween! And I'm a fucking store. What do you think? A little bit of supper outside. Take a couple hits up of this. I gotta go get a beer real quick. Stand by, guys. We're about to do the mouth part here on Chicken Monster Live. Carving up some pumpkin action. Pour up another beer here. I made a mess over here, like I kind of expected I would. I'm like, I'm gonna do this cleanly. Turns out that was not the case. Pumpkin carving is a messy business. Pumpkin carving is definitely a messy business. Stay tuned. We're gonna get into carving the mouth out. Sun, she's setting. Gotta hurry up. I want to decorate the outside. Look all spooky and shit. Alright, here we go. Let's get into carving his mouth down. Happy Halloween, you mofos. Alright. Let's get into carving some mouth. Nice and slow. You don't want to cut yourself open. Or do ya? No, you don't. Metal. Grin. We're going to do this side kind of the traditional looking pumpkin grin. The other side we're going to give it a little rotted effect. I'll have to wipe off all of that marker with some alcohol. Oof, watch out for the knives. Parental supervision is required sometimes. If you're not handy with knives, that is. I already cut myself once. I don't want to do it again. Alright. We'll get more of that detail in a second, so I can carve out the back here. Easier to carve out sections here of the pumpkin instead of trying to pull out the whole piece, because you might pull out a tooth and something along those lines there, which you don't want to do to your pumpkin when you're carving it. What the fuck is that? Sharp smile, jagged smile, sharp edges, jagged edges. Keep It's scary. Gotta be a little bit more careful with my knife work. Yeah, give it a nice jagged smile. Yeah. And talk to your artwork. Talk to it. Make it come alive. Yeah. Alright, so there's the jagged bits on that side. Make it super jagged, super scary. These pieces. Alright. I'm going to wipe off all the marker with some alcohol, because that'll hopefully take it off. It should. If not, well, tough shit. Tough shit. Getting closer to the end here. Be careful with the knives, guys. I can't emphasize that shit enough. It's like I feel like my hand's gonna slip off the handle and go grinding on this jagged edge part of shit. And that would not be fun. So just take it slow, because this happy holiday could turn into quite a bloody mess. Just feel right for the season, but we don't want to fucking do that. Come on, don't do that. I know you don't want to do that. Alright, here we go. On the other side here, we're going to make this other side look more rotten, like rotten flesh, dripping. Be careful, because the integrity of the inside of the mouth has definitely diminished with all this flesh being cut off out on the inside. All come together soon enough. Gets tighter. So we get into the smaller, intricate cuts. Show through there. I have to cut off some of this flesh on the inside here to make it more noticeable. Let's cut around the inside of it.
Don't get flesh. Don't get flesh will die.
Oh, this is fun. This is fun, ain't it? Load up another bowl. I don't know what it is about this pipe, but just not filling up enough. What do you think, Skeletor? You think this is going to be a good pumpkin? Skeletor's over there watching me. Look at that. This pumpkin will be the best. As he says so, right? Skeletor. All right. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. Cut yourself open. Get a nice grip on that handle, because you don't want your hand slipping. Oh no. Not when you're messing with a jagged edge knife. No way. I almost did it right there again. Just got through that. Got through that. I wasn't supposed to. Back when I went on a cruise to the Bahamas for my niece's birthday, she wanted to go on a cruise, right? So we went on a Carnival cruise to the Bahamas, and they had the whole ship decked out in Halloween stuff, and they had a Halloween contest and all that shit. I went as Freddy Pool. Basically, I was Deadpool, but I had a robe on, like a nighttime robe, and I had my slippers, and I had my onesie, Deadpool onesie on, and I had a Freddy Krueger glove on. And I carried around my tacos that Randy had gotten me once. And I carried, it was like a stuffed animal taco, and I had it in my pocket, my robe pocket. I was carrying it around like I'd come out of a nightmare or a dream. Like I was sleeping. And everybody thought I was Spider-Man, dude. I don't know why everybody mistakes those two, but they do. And I had to correct a lot of people on it. Like, I'm not Spider-Man. I'm Deadpool. But there was some people who got it. I could see how it was a mistake, because I can remember back in the day when I was younger, when I first saw Spawn coming out, and the first Deadpool, I always thought, what is this, like a new Spider-Man? I was a kin too. Not a kin, but I also, if you don't know, then you know. But if you don't, then you know. All right, here we go. Doesn't this sound like some anime type of like music that they would use? Metal it gets. It says metal. I mean, I guess it's metal. I mean, it is. It's got the format. But it sounds like something that would be used in like a anime cartoon or some shit like that. I guess I could look up like industrial music and see if that changes, but I mean, we got all the elements that we need there. Alright, here we go. The mouth is carved out. Nice. So you see how I like left strands on one side, and then I got like the classic jagged mouth on the other side. This was the most perfectest pumpkin, roundest pumpkin that I've ever found in my life. I mean, look how perfect that thing is. I cut out the back, because that's how we're going in with the pumpkin. We're going into the back this time, instead of the front. That looks kind of cool for the back ends. All right. So now that we got that out, let's see if this alcohol will take off the alcohol will take off the back. Forgot to put some potatoes. I forgot to put the taters on. I can't. Shit. oysters. Got some oysters. I was fucked up, man. I got some raw oysters straight up from Pacific Northwest, fresh out. Gotta stuff some of that. Left up some meat. So that's the baby right now. So yeah, that's important. I prepped up some meat. I got some pork tenderloins here that I split open, and I stuffed some bacon inside with some cheese on top. Homeboy's got some brats going over there and all that good shit. Yeah. We're gonna have ourselves a good little Halloween feast. We're gonna have ourselves a proper Halloween feast. All right, here we go. That's right. I was gonna go get some alcohol. Try and fucking wipe off this. Now, it's just what I heard, but they said that alcohol should be able to take off the marker, so we're going to see. Let's see if it works. Taking off the marker area here. And no. Barely works. Doesn't really work at all, I'll tell you the truth. That's starting to. But you gotta scrub it. And I'm afraid that if I scrub it too hard, that I'm gonna push in on it here. I'm gonna do a little bit of work on here. It is coming off though, so as you can see, it's coming off. So I'm gonna give it a little bit more of a scrubby. Try not to pour it in my open cut. Yeah, it's working. Who would have thought? It's not working all that well though. I mean, I should have carved around them. Yes. I should have carved it closer to the edges. Probably still could, but damn it. I'm trying a new way here with this pumpkin. And they said that alcohol would take off marker, and it is in a way, but I mean, some of it's staying on and shit. But I mean, if I can mute it a little bit, I mean, it's going to be nighttime outside anyway pretty soon, so I mean, we're going to see it. But I'm going to see it. So I just really need to take off the outlines from the mouth area. Let's get all this fucking... It's not really doing a good job of taking it off. I mean, it muted it a little bit, but it's not the best. That sucks. I should have that. I knew I should have just left it instead of drawing on it like that. But you're going to be your worst critic. Just don't push too hard on that shit. And then like snap on you. My eyes are burning. Maybe I shouldn't hover over it. That's good. Shit, things are falling apart over here. The trick and the treating. Anyways, that's about as good as it's gonna get, I think, as far goes as that part. Trying to get off all of that. It's just like now it's just like nitpicking and shit on these black parts of the marker that. So I mean, I guess I could just like try to carve around it, but it's not that bad. All right, anyway, let's get these eyes put in. All right, where is this wire? All right, here's the wire. What I'm going to do is I'm going to insert the wire into the eyeball parts. And then stick them into the pumpkin area. So it gives it a little three-dimensional look. Clean up this mess that I made around here real quick. I have made a mess, all of it. Usually how it goes. All right, here we go. Let's see, where's the eye? We got the left eye here. We're gonna put it right there. So I think the best way to go with the bottom area is to stick this in here. So we get to that. Now we're going through the back. Actually, let's see. Go to the back area and try to put it in back down. Yeah, we got an eye in. Yeah. We got one eye in, just like that. All right, that worked a little bit better than I thought. It actually came out through the top area of it. So we can move the wire around. All right, where's the other eye? Here's the other eye. We're gonna put that guy right there. And I think since the other area is split, when I was going in to drill it, I had this split right here, which might mess up my whole idea. So I'm going to have to put the wire in through the back area here. Coming to the end. Coming close to the end, guys. Then we're going to light it up. All right, there's that. Now let's stick it into the flesh here. It's going to go to the other side. Super weak because I split that. I split this part of the eyeball, so it's going to be a bitch. It was a thin piece that I cut, so I kind of fucked it up. There it goes. Yeah. It's still a little weak there, but it'll be alright. There it is. Crazy looking. What happened to that eye? It turned around. There we go. There it is. Scary pumpkin. a little three-dimensional action, but a little still scary. That's it. That's the pumpkin. All right, let's see if we can light this bad boy up and see what it looks like with the LED working inside of it. All right, it kind of looks funny too. All right, let's see here. We're gonna take our fish LED light, and then we're gonna wiggle it around here. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to. All right. Then we're gonna close it. This. It's gonna be a tighter fit now because of the wire and everything. All right, there's that. All right, let's turn it on and see what happens. Boom! Yeah! It's fucking pumpkin time! Check it out. Oh god. I'm gonna have to not move it around. Once I set it down, I'm gonna have to set it down. There it is, guys. Sweet ass. Simple, right? That's dope. Came out a little better than I thought on that one side, man, so that's fucking cool. There it is, guys. A little rotten smile on one side, a little original on the other side. That is my pumpkin. Fucking sweet. Fucking hella scary, man. I'm very satisfied with this pumpkin. I'm also very satisfied with the artwork here. Let me see if I can change it up a little bit. It's that strobe. Oh yeah, dude, look at that. We got different strobe accents on these LEDs. We can turn it red. Well, red on the red and fucking orange. No, we turn it blue. Yeah, we can turn it green. We can turn it white. It's gonna be dope. What is the gradient? Look at that. Yeah. Put a strobe effect on it. That's dope. I like that. That's really cool. That's cool as shit. But there it is, guys. That was the Halloween carve. My pumpkin. We kept it really simple this time around. Had a good time carving it up. And it's time to put it outside and get the outside set up as the sun is setting. We're going to make it spooky here in my little apartment complex area. So, happy Halloween to you guys. Cheers. I'm glad you joined me here for this stream. It only took me an hour and 51 minutes. Can you imagine if I would have done a lot longer, with how I usually do my shit? I mean, it would take me forever, dude. But here it is, guys. Hope you liked it, start to finish. Wicked ass pumpkin. And yeah, pretty proud of it, guys. It's on white right now on the setting, but if I put it on yellow, it just makes it more fire. If I put it red, it just makes it even more evil. We'll do a little strobing action. We can do multi-strobe on it, which is pretty cool. I'll probably do that. Dope. Then again, I kind of like just a red with the slow strobe on it. Slow strobe on the red. Oh, glowing. Yeah. I'm pretty proud of this pumpkin, man. What do y'all think? Leave a message in the chat. What's up, Edward? What's up, Big Killer? How you doing? Do you like my pumpkin? We had a good time. We had a good time carving. Carved it up, but we put a little LED action inside. So yeah, I had a good time carving this bitch up. It's fun. Kind of reminds me of me. Usually my pumpkin carves go a little bit harder. But this right here was one of the best pumpkins I found out there, and I'm really proud of it. So yeah, cheers from Triggermont Star Legend X to you and yours on this Halloween season. Time for me to decorate a little bit outside. I'm gonna add some red lights. I'm gonna see if I can get this projection going on with this spooky screen. I have to maneuver some things around, put some candy outside and see if it's empty by the end of the night. Till next time, guys, I was your host, Triggermont Star Legend X. Get ready for some Halloween action. Stay high, stay dry. Till next time. Later days.